SoCalGas admitted to the tremendous amount of benzene found during some of the previous testing, and that was during a deposition. Is it safe to say that the community was exposed to benzene levels, chronically exposed for long term?
Well, yes. First of all,
considering wind direction, can we say the San Fernando Valley?
let's just say first that there is no safe level of benzene. Study after study after study, and Europe is way ahead of us in this. And it is probably because we have Cal EPA, we have the United States EPA, and they set levels that say that it is safe. I disagree, and I kind of follow the European literature. So I think that's important. But even on their own testing, even on their own levels and thresholds, there's numerous data that is documented that it's above those levels. So all of this comes down to chronic exposure, 10 years, plus we'll show you what the bone marrow is showing here in the community, but I believe there is effects of it.
I'm just curious, how unusual is it for the health department to issue an advisory not to test something? Is that something that's unprecedented, or?
Well, I've practiced for 30 plus years and I've never heard of it. So that's the only way I can answer that.
These exposure levels that you're referencing, are they for 24/7 or are they for a work week?
Well, that's a great question in itself, because if you look at the literature, you have chronic exposure, which no one understands. 8-hour exposure. How many 8-hour exposures? Is that for a day, for a week, for a month, a year? And then you have acute 1-hour exposure, and you have 3 levels. Keep in mind, the 2 levels that you really look at, which they looked at, one was the acute exposure. Okay, that's the only studies they have in humans. The others are all done on rodents. That's OEA.
Any last questions? Go ahead.
Yeah. I came late, so I apologize if this has already been answered, but which health authorities are taking your findings seriously, and which health authorities seem to be ignoring what you're finding?
Well, it's probably 0 to everyone. So none of them have really looked at it. Nothing has been done. I came to this community with the hair and urine showing there's styrene and ethylbenzene. In this community, significantly different than other communities. What has been done about that? Nothing. It's don't look, don't find.
And just to put it as bluntly as you can, why do you think you're being ignored by health authorities?
Well, I'd be speculating, but I'm sure they just, again, don't look, don't find, then you don't have to tell the truth. You don't have to look at it. I'll let that be up to the crowd here. I think they all have the answer to that.
Money and greed.
Greed.
Corruption.
Greed.
Corruption.
May I ask you why you think FEMA or any other government agency wasn't here the first day on the largest blowout that happened here in California?
It's just another dot to connect in the entire picture. So I would just be speculating, but.
And another thing, I asked my doctor for these blood tests and tests related to this. He said he did not want to get involved.
Well, that's also because you also have letters going out to the practitioners telling them basically don't look.
Quick question, follow up to Sharon. You're asking an excellent question, but Dr. Nardella can't answer that, why nothing else was done. I really urge the media to ask those regulators and health officials that exact same question with a long pause, because this community deserves an answer. So media.
Yes.
Sorry?
What's your name, please?
Craig Galante.
Good to see you again, Craig.
Likewise, Sharon. Thank you for asking that question.
Any other questions for Dr. Nardella here? All right, so everybody,
Thank you.
keep in mind September 14th at 1 o'clock at the Temple Ahavat Shalom. That's where we will have Dr. Nardella speak about the latest findings of his report that he just mentioned today. So please put that in your calendar. And make sure you sign in today. We will make sure you get more information about that. We need volunteers to help get the word out about this event. So critical that we keep pushing the health issue, because that's what this is all about, right? We keep saying to ourselves over and over again, If people weren't sick, if this weren't such a danger, why would we be fighting to shut it down, right? This is why we're fighting to shut it down. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr.